Hello YouTube, I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and on this channel we answer publicly posted questions from YouTube users getting folks the answer they need from an employment attorney. It is 4:30 p.m. and I have to drive to New York City tonight. I don't want to, and I tried to argue that New York City had just had a horrific earthquake, and so I can't go to New York City because I'd be getting in the way of the relief efforts. And they were like, it was a 1.7 on the Richter scale. Vince, nobody even woke up. Stop. So I'll be driving to New York City tonight. So I must make these videos because everybody hates the New York City. Everybody hates the New York City studio that I filmed from. So we have a question from I Hate TPS Reports. Great reference. Excuse me. I Hate TPS Reports says, "Hi Vincent, love your work and your style." Back at you. I have a question about sexual harassment in the workplace. Okay. If my female boss, I am male, constantly messages me, texts me, and calls me several times a day on work matters she does not approach my peers on, and constantly complains that I don't communicate with her enough, could that be construed as sexual harassment? It honestly seems as if she's demanding attention from me specifically. Okay, so you're asking if that's sexual harassment. Did she do something sexual? I mean, I don't understand. So you're saying what? Because your female manager is communicating with you more than she's communicating with your peers, is that sexual harassment? I mean, okay, so I don't know anything about your situation, obviously. And I suspect that you have a reason to feel this is sexual that you're not sharing in the text here, right? I mean, that's what I suspect is going on. But the way you wrote it, and I'm sure this is not what's going on, but the way you wrote it like your female manager thinks you're a fuck up. And she has to touch base with you all day long because you're not telling her what's going on, and she's really worried about you being a fuck up, which I'm sure is not what's going on. But that is the way you wrote it here. That's how it comes across, right? So she's like, oh, God, TPS. I can't trust TPS. I don't know what TPS is up to. God. Gotta text TPS 30 times a day. Gotta call TPS. Gotta go see TPS. That TPS reports guy, can't trust him with anything, right? Uh-oh. I forgot my... Boop. Which I'm sure is not what's actually going on. I think there's more to this that you may have left out. But right now, the way you're asking me is like, hey, my boss doesn't trust me and talks to me a lot. Way more than my peers. That's how this reads. Now, is she touching you? She's trying to massage you? She's calling you big boy? She like, hey, there's my hunka man love. Come here, tell mommy what's going on. Like, what is she saying to you that makes you think it's sexual, right? Like, there's got to be something for you to, right? Because her just being like, you don't communicate well. And like, we have a real problem. We got to talk. You got to communicate better with me. That is constructive managerial feedback. Being like, very upfront, right? She could be wrong. Managers are often wrong, especially middle managers, right? I can tell you right now, I've had plenty of managers like, Vince, you do not communicate well. Well, I communicate for a living. Literally, the thing that I do to make you my middle manager in my past careers, the thing I do to make you money, and lots of it, is I communicate, right? So you may feel I don't communicate well. In the same way, TPS reports guy, your manager may feel you don't communicate well, and she may just be wrong. She may be wrong. She may be incompetent. She may be rude. She may be all those things, but you haven't given us a reason to think she's sexually harassing you, right? So the question to you, as you sharpen up this potential claim, as you talk with attorneys about the potential claim, is why is it that you feel it's sexual? There's something going on that makes you feel it's sexual, right? Listen, and guys get frustrated about this all the time. I've definitely talked to women who are like, listen, my manager spends way too much time with me. It's super awkward. He stands too close to me. He's eye fucking me. He's He touches me a lot. He doesn't spend as much time with my peers, but like also when he does spend time with my peers, he's respectful and stays on the other side of the desk. When he like crosses over to my side of the desk and gets weird with me, right? Like there's a lot of additional stuff going on there that's like, okay, this could be sexual. This sounds weird and creepy, and like it's like we're in the realm of sexual harassment. And I'm not, slow down, boys, because there's a whole bunch of guys real angry right now. Like, you can't bring a claim for saying that somebody is like, I fucking you. Well, you can, and you can turn it into money, I assure you, having done it. However, it's not the best claim. I agree with you. And I would want more, right? I fully agree with you, angry men of the internet, that just looking at another human being is not, in and of itself, in a silo, with no additional factors, in and of itself, that's not probably sexual harassment, right? Now, if you stare at them like that, 30 minutes at a time, well, I don't know what that is. Could be sexual harassment. Could be threatening behavior, frankly. Could be that maybe you have a disability and something is going on. Like, let's have a conversation about it. But it's weird, right? And if you add a little flavor to that, that could be sexual harassment, right? Like, well, he stares at me for 30 minutes at a time, and occasionally he winks at me. Oh, he's a winky fella, is he? All right, well, that's sexual harassment. At that point, I think we might have sexual harassment or a very serious eye problem. And I'd like to know which it is, right? So, TPS reports guy, I'm not dismissing you here in any way, but I'm saying you may have buried the lead. You have a reason to think this is sexual harassment. And I don't think you included it. And then I, because I'm an insane person, went on a 7-minute rant about all the things that could be going on that might be causing you to believe in the entire scope of human imagination that this is sexual harassment. So rather than have me make up reasons and possible pieces of evidence that could lead you to believe it's sexual harassment, I will check the comments down below, and you can tell me what else is going on that is causing you to believe it is sexual harassment, right? The time thing in and of itself, it's not really indicative, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're spending a lot of time with someone, that could be because you want to be around them and you're sexually attracted to them. It's possible, certainly. I'm not saying it's not possible. But it could also just be, as a manager, you don't trust this employee, or you don't communicate well with this employee, or you're threatened by this employee, or you think this employee might be working with people from other departments and it might be hurting your career, or the employee might be going above your head. There's a million reasons why a manager might spend additional time with an employee, right? And only one of them would be sexual harassment. So, I will track the comments down below. Tell me a little bit more. I will make you a follow-up video. If this video was helpful, like, subscribe, comment down below. It helps our channel to grow.